Welcome to the next video. Yeah, guys, I'm back again. Yeah, man, guys, we're about to go into the market. Speaking about gold, I want to see how gold has been moving. I haven't traded gold in a couple of minutes. It's been like a month or two of not trading gold because I felt like it's been stuck on this high, guys. Do you guys see that high that gold is stuck on? It's been stuck on this high that gold is stuck on. It's just been failing to penetrate and break that high. I haven't seen the chart since last week Wednesday. So I haven't seen gold since last week Wednesday. So I want to see if we've broken that high. The last time though, I was speaking to one of my friends, and he called me. He said gold, he's selling. I don't know whether it was a short sell or a long one. So let's go into it and actually look at gold, see what opportunities we have for the market with gold. It's Monday today, Monday evening, and yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's see if I can make some bit of coins as well. So I've got a profile account that I'm trading with Common Capital, and then two trading accounts with RCG Market. I'm trying to grow one of them, and I've got three that I'm currently trading with RCG. One of them is the one that I blew with CPI, so I'm trying to grow it from 3,000 rand. Um, I'm still holding a Nasdaq buy since last week, but it's like 0.01 with with the tracking. What is this? The tailing stop loss, which I hardly ever do, but yeah, it's one of those accounts, man. It's extremely low, and I wanted to just recover it, and I want to swing it, which is very important. So that's why I'm actually scaling in like that. So yeah, man, let's get into the chat to speak about gold and how gold has been moving. So yeah, here we are, guys. Let's speak about the chart. This is my latest analysis that I did. I think it was on Friday. Was it Friday? No, Friday. It has to be Thursday. So I'm just gonna do this. Remove all drawings, and then refresh this chart. Let's refresh and get into it, man. Let's just see what gold has been doing. That's what's really important. Let's go on 4-hour time frame. I want to look at gold and see exactly what has been happening since we were dominating this chart earlier this year till about is my Wi-Fi connected? Oh, Wi-Fi is a bit lagging. Okay, let's go. Let's connect to Wi-Fi. Which Wi-Fi is this? Okay, connecting the Wi-Fi. So yeah, we are. I think we should be good now. So that we can see, man. We can see what has been happening ever since. Yes, leave and refresh, man. Leave and refresh, mate. So go to 4-hour time frame. Back. So this is how it is. So what has gold been doing? This is 4-hour time frame. This is 4 hours. Let's zoom out and see exactly what has been happening with gold since the beginning of the year. I know, guys, we started off the year on a crazy bullish movement, eh? Like, you look at it from this low here. This is December last year. January, we were literally here. If you had bought gold in January and still hold it till now, you'd be a crazy millionaire now. But even though you guys are watching my videos every single week, I know nobody has been holding gold for this long because I'm not. But let's learn from this information. So you can see from here, gold has been really buying aggressively. This is pretty much our all-time low for the year. And yeah, man, the gold has not gone any lower than this, and I don't see it going any lower than this. It will not come back any lower than this. Gold is continuing to gain value globally in all directions. But look at the problem. Our all-time high is this one, guys. This is our all-time high right here. And if you guys look at this all-time high, you'd see that it happened on the 22nd of April. So I did say when I was speaking, like, I pulled away from gold a bit, consistently dominating it around about end of April. And you can see it's 22nd of April because I realized that it was dropping a bit. It had to come back a bit down, and I wasn't too sure whether when we were coming back to break this high again. So I then just switched up my trading plan. But I've been trading it back and forth here and there, not as consistent as I was first quarter of the year. So from the 22nd of April till date, gold has done pretty much basic movements, moving up and down between, what price is this? Moving up and down between 3,490 and 3,140, 150. So we want to analyze this area here. I want to break down this area here where gold has just been bouncing back and forth and struggling to actually break above or even break below. I mean, we all know the truth that eventually gold will break that high. As to when it's going to happen, we'll have to see, but it's definitely breaking that high, so we have to look for those buys when they come. So what are we trading now? What's the current active trade on gold when we look at it, guys? This consolidation area here that has happened, honestly, this entire consolidation area here has definitely been tradable, because this is 4 hours. So if I go on daily, it's definitely been tradable, because if you look on daily, this is multiple days, multiple months actually. This area here, if let me just zoom into, you guys see it. On daily, this is how it looks. This is multiple months here. So it is a definitely tradable consolidation area, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can trade this. So let's go back to 4 hours. Let's zoom out a bit so we can have a look at that consolidation area that I've actually highlighted on 4 hours. So you look at this, and we've got a couple of supported resistant areas where price actually is fully declining the low here. So as you can see, price, after giving us that all-time high, came back to create a very strong low. After it pushed up from that low, you would see that after it, let me just do this. So after it pushed up from this low, came back, yeah, from this low, and obviously broke the previous high, coming back to give us a new low on the previous high there, or the inner high of the previous low. So this, which is obviously this area there. So that became now a very strong support or rejection for this movement. Price has not really broken any lower than that. It hasn't broken below that for about 3 months, and even though it is facing down right now, but I'm confident it won't break this. So you guys can see right there easily that gold on this area, guys, it has not broken below that. So let's look at why has it been declining. So let's go to current price. You look at the current price. If I do this, just highlight current price. So the highest point from the current price is obviously the previous high. Obviously is this one. So I want to break down the market from there. Price tried to actually go for the all-time high, came back down, and this was in the 22nd of July. So it went again on 22nd of July, but 4 months later from April, failed to break, and actually dropped. So let's analyze this drop and see how we could have made money from this drop, and then we're gonna come to current price. So let's look at it. Oh, this drop is so nice, man. So hit that high there. When it was coming down, what you want to do there, you're just looking for those how you're selling opportunities, of course, as the price was dropping. And price obviously comes low, sits in on the previous low. They're giving us a very strong resistance, that turned into support. Previous low becomes a double bottom there. And then, of course, the price has to bounce there, push back up again, giving us a high. This would have been a clean head and shoulders there. This is daily time frame, 4 hour time frame, so clean head and shoulders. Then the price decided to, after giving us that selling opportunity. So the very first sell here would have definitely happened on the zone here, guys, on that high there. This is 4 hours, so multiple candlesticks that we'll see on one hour there, and you'll see when I go to 1 hour. Then from there, price dropped, came down, obviously dropped, breaking the previous low, which is this one. So the previous low obviously would be this one there, the end of this 4 hour candle is the previous low. Price came back down, broke that low there, and then pushed back up to give us another high. So that's another zone. So if you look at it nicely, and you'd see that is another high there. If I do this, that is, so price came back and then gave us another selling opportunity right there, guys. Right there, beautiful. After giving us that, obviously drops. What does it do? Common denominator. Of course, it is technical move, so it has to come back, and then after from there, that's a selling. That's a sell there. We drop from the sell, and what we're gonna do? We all know that we're dropping. So from here, price will definitely go down, and as it went down, it comes and then breaks the previous low. Breaks the previous low. Pretty much repeats its movement. Breaks the previous low, comes down, pulls back up, and then to give us a selling opportunity in that zone, making the previous low the new high, and then obviously price drops in. So when you go to lower time frame, you see that there is candles that actually went as high as that previous low. So that's the selling opportunity that we have there. So that's why I always emphasize a lot on zones, especially when you're in big time frames, because it can easily you'd be waiting for the market to push back and sit on this low here. But if you're not paying attention on lower time frames, you'd realize that the price actually went there, because this is an H4 candle. So definitely on 1 hour, 15 minutes, you will see the price actually went back up there to give us a sell, and then would have seen that sell and then caught it, dropped with it. So remember all these selling opportunities that I'm showing you here. These are multiple. There is multiple selling opportunities on lower time frames. Probably about 5 to 10 entry points per drop here as you go to lower time frames. Price, obviously, what does it do here as you continue? Goes from that high, it then drops. After dropping, it comes back and gives us another selling opportunity on the previous low, making the previous low, of course, the new high. From there, price obviously comes down, and then it breaks the previous low, and then of course comes and makes it a new high. Then price drops again. In this case, look at it. What does it do? It drops, but then fails to break the previous low. Why is it failing to break the previous low, guys? This is what I'm going to explain to you. Why is it failing to break the previous low? Because now the price is dropping, and it is dropping back to that very strong resistance and support that was there on a daily time frame. Let me go on daily. So if you look at on daily now, here's that area here. So on daily, somebody's like, but why is it not dropping anymore? Guys, come on. It's not dropping because it has reached a support level that has been very dominant for the past 4 months. Since April 22nd, this has been a very dominant low. This zone here is where the price actually turns. Some turn here, some turn here, but this entire zone is a very dangerous zone, and price has been bouncing off that. So of course, after it reached that low, it was time to go back up. This is technical knowledge, basic technical knowledge that you must understand, guys. When price is reaching a very strong low and support on H4 and daily, of course it's gonna bounce off there and then change direction. So bounced off nicely there, and then now it was starting to go up, and it did exactly that. Failed to come and break here. You want to close your positions as soon as the market does that, and then on a 4-hour time frame, we can see it push back up there. It wouldn't have given you enough time for you to jump out of the trade because your stop loss would have been on the previous high, which was here. So by then you would have been long out, and you would have made a whole lot of money from that top there as it's dropping on 4 hours. And then of course price went back up, so we'll do the same thing, because you would now see that the same levels we've now highlighted on the drop will definitely come back and apply on this side. So why am I stretching it? Let me just put horizontal lines there. So look, I'm going to put lines on these support and resistance, the highs and lows that I've highlighted on here, and you'll see that they will come out and pick out highs and lows in the next price. So what I'm doing now is just placing adding my horizontal lines onto those highs and lows that we were buying, or that we were selling on, that I was showing you guys. And you can see now, obviously, that has come and highlighted very strong markets and prices in the next price. Price continue to move within that, technically hitting off that high, coming back down, sitting on the previous high, giving us a new low, and then obviously going back to the top again. You see, went back to the top. Then the price, what did it do? It started dropping again. So when we now move into current price, guys, you can see that. So when we now move into current price, you can see that the price obviously is back dropping again. Why is it back dropping? Because it reached a high again. It failed to break the all-time high. So of course we're gonna have to drop one more time. So I'm gonna remove all these analysis, and then we're gonna analyze and break down this current market and the current price. So this should be understandable, guys. I think that is pretty understandable. I was just showing you guys how it's been moving. So now let's analyze the current price. I'm gonna remove all drawings and analysis. The current high, the current high from current price would be this high right there. Then I'm gonna highlight the zone. The zone is obviously this area. This is the area where price failed to break above when the market was pushing up. And I'm just gonna identify the date and time of day in which it happened, when price was struggling to break. For about a full day here, the market was staying on the top, failing to actually break above. That was on the 8th of August. This consolidation where the market was hitting this high started happening at about 7 o'clock in the morning. And from there, the price started showing a possibility of a good drop. So now price actually did drop. After it dropped, you can see there nicely, this is H4. I'm going to break it down further into lower time frames. So after it dropped, what did it do? Of course, as usual, it drops and then it has to come back and give us a high. Where is that high going to come from? It's going to come back from the previous low. There's the previous low right there. You guys can see that previous low. It's quite a very straightforward, basic. I mean, on H4, you're always going to see your lows, highs and lows, very straightforward. They're never complicated. That is the zone in which the price was at. There, I can even add a line to make it more clear to you, so that you can see, man, and understand it. There we go, So there's that low there. Can you guys see that? Perfect. There's the previous low that became a new high. From there, what did the price do? Price actually definitely dropped. It dropped, came down to break. It broke the previous low. As it was coming down, that is the low area here. Came back and broke it, then moved inside. So it went back in. So you can see this push here, where price actually pushes back inside. Pushes back in and sits in on the inner low. This is the inner low. Sits in on the inner low of the previous high. And that is a common support and rejection area that you'd actually experience, especially on big time frames. Price done that, and then and this is today. It actually happened today on market open, happened in the AMs. Whereas when the market was coming down, so I want you guys to see it very closely there. So price closed last week. Gold closed last week on a very nice rejection where it made the previous low here. Previous low became the new high. You guys can see right there where the previous low became the new high. Then it closed there. But on market open, the market opened with an up gap and then going to actually giving us a support that turned into a resistance on that, giving us another high there, which is perfect because then it allows us to actually catch in more sells and proper. So this is the complication you might have with the weekend where the market does open with an up gap, whatever the case may be, and then it drops from there. Obviously, given the fact that when the market was open, it closed on a sell where it already had rejected the previous low, making a new high. We did expect the market to actually drop further, but because it opened with a gap, it gapped above the previous high, then but continued dropping. So in any case, this drop here that you guys are seeing would have happened right here if the market had not closed on the Friday. If it wasn't a Friday, maybe they say it was a Monday, the drop would have happened seemingly just dropping very comfortably. But either way, even after the gap, the market came back and continued dropping. So the drop happens there. Guys can see what the market did there. It came back and then it is attempting to, as we speak currently, the 4-hour candle is fighting to break this previous low. That is the zone that the market is currently breaking. So we are holding strong sells on gold. Strong sells on gold right now. Very nice, very confident. Very nice. So you can sell gold and make $1 million. Sell gold and make $1 million. We eating gold, man. Eat gold. Eating gold. Very nice. How to eat gold of current. You can see it, man. So this is 4 hours. So we're gonna break down this movement here and how can we catch a trade here. What is going on? I can tell from H4 that we're definitely selling. It's not without a doubt we're definitely selling. So we're gonna go to what? 1 hour, guys. I teach you this thing on every single video of mine. So this is where education is important. So you guys can see on 1 hour, we're pretty much seeing the same entry point we saw on H4 where the price obviously pushed up from the AMs and it's been dropping ever since. So let's go down to 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Why am I going down to lower time frames, guys? I want to be able to see more technical movements. The lower the time frame, the more technical movements, the more opportunities. That's what's important. So I'm gonna reset just like that so you guys can see. So you can see there now that on 30 minutes, the price pretty much, we also see the very same entry on H4 where there's a sell opportunity, then it starts dropping. I do see highs here on 30 minutes, but it's not too visible. So I don't want to force these sells that I do see. I want to go to a lower time frame so that I want to see them more visible technically. There we go. 15 minutes is a bit more visible, guys. 15 minutes is not playing, it's not being arrogant, it's playing favorites, it's a bit more visible. You can see after that high, price then drops, price drops from there. As it drops, it pulls back up there, then we see our very first entry point after that high there, and then it drops nicely, coming back down to actually break this low, and then sits in, gives us another selling opportunity there on the inner high of the previous low, which would be obviously this zone. And then some would also like to identify this as head and shoulders, where you've got one shoulder, and we've got one shoulder, head, and the next shoulder. It drops, but it does also show a support that turns into a resistance. A high, it's time to sell. This is 15 minutes. You take your sell on that high, the market then decides to drop. Perfect, of course. From there, we're actually dropping down. If you want to see it a bit more visible, we can go to even 5 minutes. Let me show you guys on 5 minutes where it's actually a bit more visible. So reset chart. 5 minutes even better, guys. Look at it. We can see the movements now. High, there's the high. The price actually drops, giving us a beautiful head and shoulders there. It drops, and after it drops, gives us about 3 highs before it drops. So how many entry points? 1, 2, 3. Then the price drops. Then after it drops, it pulls back in again, giving us another high on the previous low or the inner low of the previous high. Makes that obviously into a very clean, rejection area there. Nice high. What does it do? It drops. From there, it drops, breaks. I'm pretty much I keep highlighting this because the analysis is already up. It drops, and then what does it do? As it drops, it comes back, it breaks the previous low. Price comes back in. Let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I want you guys to say, no, but leadership, we can't see. I want you guys to see. Price comes back in. Just stretch this for you guys. So yeah, price comes back in, gives us a high there. We take a sell, pulls back. We hold a slight negative because the price is pushing back to actually give us now another sell opportunity on the inner low of the previous high. We don't panic. We add more opportunities. Then we drop. Look at it. Look at it, guys. Dropping very nicely. Then it comes back and then it breaks. It broke there. It breaks the previous low. Breaks the previous low. Then it drops after breaking that previous low. You can see right there. After breaking that previous low, it pulls back in, coming to give us a high on the very same zone. Let's do this on the very same zone. So you can see there's another zone on 1 minute there that will definitely appear here. Can see there's a high there, selling opportunity. We obviously want to drop with this. That's the high I'm talking about, guys. On 5 minutes, that is the high there. It drops again, of course. After it drops, what does it do, guys? Come on, this is repetitive stuff. You guys can hear. What does it do? It comes back down, breaks that low there. Very beautiful. Price action is what masters the chart. If you have not mastered price action, you'll never know how to be a profitable trader. I don't care what you are trading with. Whether you are trading with a Tokolosh, a robot, or AI, or whatever. But whether trading ngama prayers noma ngomuthi bafo. Price action mangayazi awazi lutho. Pulls back in, you can see there's a candlestick that actually goes into that area there. There's a selling opportunity. On 1 minute, you'd see it more visible. What do? We take more sells. It drops. What does the price do? It drops nicely. After dropping nicely, breaks the low there. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. This is very simple. Come on, man. Like a simple. You see, look at this. Pulls back in, gives us another selling opportunity. What do? We bloody drop with it. We drop with it. We drop with it nicely there. Y'all can see, man. You can see. We drop with it very nice. So it's very easy to be a profitable trader with my knowledge, man. As long as you apply it the way I tell you to, and you just be consistent. So yeah, price actually breaks there. After breaking that high, what does it do? It comes down, breaks the previous. We are selling, guys. So gold is definitely a sell. I told you guys when I said on 1 hour that we're selling. So it breaks the previous low. There's the previous low. What does it do? This is 5 minutes. Keep in mind. And then comes back and sits on that high. Then it's time to drop. We take our sells right there. We take our sells right there, then it drops. Then it drops. After dropping, we're even reaching current price. So look at that. This is the low now after that drop. Latest low is this one here. Price drops. It attempted to come and break here. It bounced off on 5 minutes. Went up again and then it was declining on the inner low. On the inner low of the previous. Somebody said, what are you saying about inner what? The reason why you guys also aren't educated and sharp as traders is that you underestimate the simplest information of trading. Inner low is a simple thing. It's a simple thing. So the inner low, this is the previous high. The inner low of the previous high would be the lower area of the high because this is an overall high. So the inner low of the previous high is the lower side of the previous high. And I used my own term to describe it because it's a very strong rejection or support area that always happens on the chart. You can see price gave us a high. We sold there. We sell there, we come down, pulls back in. When that pull back, it's only going to turn at a certain rejection. Where's that rejection? It is the inner low of the previous high. If you're stupid, you'll never get this. If you're intelligent enough to actually invest your time into understanding what I'm talking about, you'll be able to be profitable. Very simple, guys. I just don't like people acting dumb when they know that information. This is simple information to take in. So yeah, that's. I just saw a very weird comment about this, so that's why I'm speaking about it like this. But I'm sorry if, of course, you're out there and you've learned a lot from this inner low, inner highs. I'm just reprimanding whoever that made that stupid comment. My brother, you need more education. You guys can see this. Look, price bounced off the inner low, and after it bounced off, look at that, bounced off the inner low. I can even remove this, and then I can remove this and show you guys nicely. Price drops. After it drops, comes to the low, fails to break on first attempt on 5 minutes, pulls back, and of course it wanted more support and more strength. Pulls back and comes to chill on the inner low. There then enough strength. And what did it do? It bounced off. These are our selling opportunities. 1, 2, 3, 4. What we're waiting for now is for the market to drop. Eventually, as you can see right now, guys, it is dropping. And as we speak, it is attempting to break this current low. And for me, on 5 minutes, it is already broken. Let's see it on 15 minutes if it's broken. Zoom in there. On 15 minutes, it is attempting to break it. The 15-minute candlestick hasn't closed below. So what we want to see here on 15 minutes is that the market must close below here to confirm a full breakout, because on a lower time frame, what will happen on 1 minute is this. I think it is actually happening as we speak. So what happens is that when it breaks and closes below in 15 minutes, this is the zone that we want to see it break. and break and close below. What happens is that on 1 minute it will then pull back as it is pulling back right now. And when it pulls back, the highest point the 1 minute chart will bounce back off here is this area here. Why am I saying this area? Because this is the inner low of the previous high. Most likely, worst case scenario is that it will come back and give us a double top there, and then that is where you normally your stop loss would have been on this high here because this is 1 minute. But most likely that wouldn't happen because price must definitely, after giving us a high, it has to drop around about here. So as you can see, it is currently struggling to reject that. So we want to see gold actually fail to um, uh, no, not fail. We want to see gold actually break below this area so that it continues dropping, which is what it's going to do. So in more detail, you can see that we're actually on 1 minute, we're actually on a sell on a sell entry as we speak right now. I give it attention as soon as I'm done recording this on my profile account. You can see there on a certain entry as we speak, because look at it, price dropped, came back, now it's pulling back. There is a high here. This is the previous high area on 1 minute. Price is failing to break above that high. We just broke a very powerful low at 30 minutes, 1 hour, and 4 hours. So of course we do expect this price now from here. What must it do? It must follow its command. It will definitely move from this high on 1 minute, and it's time to go lower as we speak. If it does consolidate, it's pretty much normal, but it will definitely um, go lower than that. You guys see? So that we actually expect to see in 1 minute. So the highest possible area that we should see this drop happen from will be definitely somewhere around there, but it would be very nice and comfortable if it could drop here as we speak, because this is a very powerful entry on gold right now. So yeah, guys. So that's just a very simple thing to understand, man. Doesn't need any further complications. So you can see it's staying on that high. So we still are on entry point. Hopefully it remains on this high up until I'm done recording, so I'm able to catch the entry, man. So you can see it's very beautiful, man. It's pulling back. We just want to see. We wanted to play in this. This is the gray area I wanted to play because that is a selling opportunity. So we go back to 1 hour and we look how the chart looks. So we want to eat off this. So and also remember that it is also approaching that low where the market has been rejecting in support. Whenever it goes there, the market rejects. Where is that low? Or the lows on 4 hours. We won't be able to see it properly now. Let me show you guys on 4 hours. So there's the low. So this is the overall low that I was showing you guys, right? This is the low. So remember, we do have a very dominant low that we have here on 4 hours where the price has been failing to break below right there. So it's approaching there. So we must pay attention to those sells because they're about to stop happening. But we still have a good chance. We're still dropping quite heavy. You guys can see we're quite far. Current price is right here. And this is 4 hours. We have to drop till here. So we're still quite far. If I go back to 15 minutes, I hope 5 minutes. I hope it doesn't drop, guys. I'm trying to catch this before it drops. Oh, hell of a Jesus bloody, oh god, it's dropping. It's dropping, guys. This is 1 minute. Can you see it's dropping as I said? So you can see, man. So this is active price, of course. And why is the reason it's dropping? It's because the previous high price broke, coming back in. It has broken a very strong low in 15 30 minutes. So now it's our good selling opportunity right now. So I'm hoping that it can pull back and come back and play around here while I am still busy recording so I can catch the entry point, guys. So it's very simple, very straightforward, very tradable. Nothing complicated, man. That is gold for you. Understandable. So yeah, man, sell gold now. Understand? Sell gold now. And yeah, from me to you guys, that is the amazing part. And this is the end of the video. But catch you guys in the next video where we actually learn and break the market down a bit more, man. And yeah, just have to understand and be more practical, apply your analysis. It's actually pulling back, guys. So this is a good chance. I'm gonna end the video right here because it's pulling back to the entry point. I wanna catch it before it drops again. So yeah, I love and light. See you guys in the next video, guys. It's been amazing. Danko.